In a certain way, like my relationship to the landscape and especially the national parks, I'm about ready to go off on Monday to photograph Yellowstone for the first time for a week, and is realizing that everything has already been done. It is the complete acknowledgement that these are utterly iconic places. But then can the iconic be reimagined to create a different kind of iconography within the language? And so I'm very interested in kind of reestablishing the ability that an image can still hold us and do something beyond what we know it's capable of doing, that isn't just regenerating another kind of iconic image. So at this point in time, with Instagram and social media and how photography is so prevalent, what happens now is people get out of their car, they take a picture of their cell phone of the Grand Canyon, they get back in their car and they drive off. And they thought that they have witnessed it. Like just by the fact that they put it on social media is this notion of bearing witness. So in a certain way, I'm trying to collapse that idea of what it means to be present with a place in the here and now, but at the same time that it becomes more ethereal. And so you tend to think that you know what you're looking at, but you question what you're looking at. Where with Watkins and Adams, there's no doubt what you're looking at. You completely understand. So the abstractions of the landscape came out of really more of a kind of an existential crisis within my own mind about how a photograph serves us at this point in time and its relationship to memory. Well, I think the tropes of American landscape, and especially the American West, is a really kind of difficult and interesting thing to try to reimagine. What is our relationship to the West and the growth of the West, and the West as being a place of also kind of new ambition? And also the ability to be the wild, wild West, a certain kind of radical. I mean, at this point in time, California has become the left coast, not the West Coast. So within this kind of radical ideology, can we reimagine the landscape in a radical way as well? And also from a feminist perspective. So with the falls, there's an enormous amount of photographs of the falls, and when I line them up in an installation, an exhibition, it's pretty much clear that you're also thinking about the female anatomy. And so with Watkins and Adams, that wasn't really necessarily a place that they were going in relationship to their landscape, but yet with somebody as radical as Judy Dater early on, kind of looking at Weston and reimagining like a feminist perspective on the landscape, that has existed since the 70s. So it's also this merger of language of what has happened in terms of ideas of representation as a woman photographer in relationship to the American West. I don't know, I think, being 57, it's kind of like I'm a little quieter now, I suppose, as an artist, and I have more of those kind of existential fears and thoughts in relationship to making work, and I want the work to be able to reflect where I am within my life, and I think that my work has always done that. And so I don't know how or when or it'll quit, but there's an enormous amount of national parks, so we'll just keep going with it.